Good afternoon. My name is Nandranie Singh, also known as Rita. I'm an employee of the Ministry of Agriculture, the Hydrometeorological Service. I'm a hydrometeorological technical assistant for the past 17 years. I am 65 years old. Okay, I have started my journey as a cancer patient in the year of 2007, and that was being done privately because I have felt a lump and I decided to go check it out. I went to a private institution and the doctor was Dr. Surendra Prasad. He also decided to take a biopsy. At that time, it was being done privately. I had no idea what's going on with Georgetown Hospital, at least that time. So when he took out that biopsy, it was sent to Canada to be tested. It came back 3 months after. When it came back, it was positive. Positive mean in that the area that it was taken out from, it began to look like an orange peel with dimples all around it. So that's when he told me what is my options, what options I have, what I have to do. Of course, the cost is there also. So right away, there and then I broke down because I can't handle something like this because I believe at that time it's a death sentence, And I started to get emotional. But then I said, Doc, you know that I can't afford these therapies that I'm supposed to be going through. Would it be possible for you to transfer me to the Georgetown Hospital? And that is where he decided, and he transferred me to Georgetown Hospital. Within that, I get into the Georgetown Hospital the very last month in December of 2007. I was admitted to the surgical clinic, and there I was given a mastectomy. The mastectomy healed throughout the December period onto January of the following year, 2008. And they see how it was healing. I was under the director, the doctor on Dr. Rambaran team, which was Dr. Legal, and he carried me through the stages, taking out the measurement and whatever. So I think it was 2008 of April now I started the chemotherapy at the Georgetown Hospital. Of course, they didn't have an oncology department there, but I was doing it under the old wing at that time. I went and I got it. Every session, it was a very difficult period for me, but I persevered because I wanted to get better. And getting better, it takes a lot of courage of a person who's a survivor. And it's like you're going into something. Of course, I had literature on reading up, but then again, there I was in the situation now, and I had to put my best foot forward. Luckily for me, I was employed at that time, 2005, I was employed with the Ministry of Agriculture, and I was given my leave and so forth. Anyhow, after the chemotherapy, I was sent to do tests, and the tests show that I became cancer-free. Within that period of time, I was introduced to the Periwinkle Cancer Survivors Club. This was by a matron by the name of Miss Stella Bacchus, but she has been deceased now, and she's the one that introduced me to the Periwinkle. At the time of going to the Periwinkle Club, I was also doing chemotherapy. At that time, you don't know the bookings because you as a patient wasn't given that. So I would average between 5 to 6 cycles. And I finished my chemotherapy. I was transferred to the surgical clinic. The surgical clinic now started giving me dates as to how this thing is healing now. And then you had to pay for CT scan. You had to pay for ultrasound. But in that process, I was cancer-free from 2008 to 2016. Then after 2016, I went on to, I think the oncology doctor, Dr. Gooden, was over on her side. She hadn't the oncology clinic yet, but she was seeing patients there. I was with her there. And 2016 now, I found like if there's a lump. So she called in a doctor by the name of Dr. Mahadio. He came and he said they will do another biopsy. That is 2016. Lucky for me that when they did that biopsy, it wasn't cancerous. So from 2016 coming out to 2020, there appears the same side, there was another mass. Another doctor, I think it was Dr. Mahadio too, do the other biopsy. Well, that is when it came back to Dr. Gooden's clinic at the oncology section, and she told me I have to do chemotherapy again. I did the chemotherapy and it was clear to a point. Now in 2004, it came back again, same side. And when I went into her, it was I went back to Dr. Mahadio because it went to the chest wall and near to the lungs. And I couldn't wait with that kind of diagnosis. I get up and I went privately to Dr. Mahadio's clinic at the Woodlands Hospital. I paid for that biopsy. And after that came back, it was positive again. And I had to, there was no other option because this is 2 times I've done chemotherapy. The last thing was she transferred me to the Cancer Institute so that I could have begun radiation treatment. It so happens that the radiation treatment is an overall huge cost because of where the mass was, you know. Well, you have to go around doing all you run around, seek funding. And I was able to secure some of my funding from the NIS because of the very first beginning. I had all my documents placed into NIS. And that is where they took me up and they said, listen, we are going to support you because you're a NIS pensioner now and you will have 80% of that cost. And then another run, of course you have to wait because they're telling you have to wait and see a panel of doctors. But when I was interviewed, everything that is in the system was what I was being asked, so it collaborate together. And I had my treatment here for 1 month treatment. Then in July of this month, I came off the radiation. I had to wait 2 months more. Then they did the last CT scan. It cleared, but Dr. Hafiz was kind of a little worried because he sees something. And at that same day, he told me do an ultrasound. When I did the ultrasound, it was completely cleared. He transferred me back to the oncology clinic. So it's only Monday that I've been to the oncology clinic, and they have started me now with hormone therapy, hormone medication, because I've did a test at Singh Hospital, and they have found that it was a hormone problem there. So they have to treat me now for the hormone, to stabilize the hormone. So far, that is where I'm starting now. As of yesterday, I've been to Dr. Cousteau, and he started me with the hormone pills. And here I am. But my journey there wasn't easy. I've had it. I've been like a fighter, fighting it. And it was something you cannot sit and take it. You always have to be on the go to find out what is happening. This is my body. I'm responsible for my body, and I want to feel better. I want to be healed. So I have been all the way running here, there, and everywhere just to make sure that I get my treatment. And I'm sitting here alive as of your interview, but I can empathize with people that are going through these. And I do that whether it's talking whether it's meeting cancer patient. If I go to the clinic and I meet somebody and say, well, girl, this is now I'm going into my 18th year with all these things coming about in 3 or 4 biopsy and surgery. It's no easy thing, and as you grow older, it takes a toll on your body. But you cannot give up. You have to be there and push and fight for it. So here I am.